Yo, it's Yerk, and today I'm bringing you all the news in the new Fortnite Creative 15.1 content update. And there is a lot of new stuff, you guys. We have new weapons, devices, settings. We've got it all, and I've got you covered. I'll tell you everything that's new in this update, in this video. But before we do that, you guys know what to do. Drop a like, hit subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and all that stuff. And if you want to support me, you can use code YerkYT in the item shop, and it really helps me out a lot. But let's hop into this video. So the first thing that I'm going to cover that's new is the new spawn pad. This spawn pad works just like the old spawn pad did, except this one we don't have to place on a floor piece. This one we can just place it down and place it wherever we want. It's got the exact same settings, except we can just place it down anywhere and it doesn't have to be on grid snap. We've been asking for this for like literally 2 years, but I'm glad that it's finally in here and it's going to make things so much more convenient for all of you guys. Next up, we have all of these weird devices called player references. What it is it's basically a hologram that you can turn on or off, and what you can do is you can set it to be a player. And not just any player, you can set it to be the players that are actually in your game. So there's a setting called register when receiving from, and when a player sends a signal on this channel, it will show up with that player's skin as the hologram. Now we can also go in and change other things about it, like we can change the color of it. So if we were making like a leaderboard system, what we could do is we could set the first place person to be gold, second place to be silver, and third to be like a bronze. So that's pretty cool, but not only can we do that, we can also set it to track a stat. So it can track elimination, score, or eliminated, and that can be used in your leaderboard system as well. Then we have this setting called show player details, and what that does is it basically just puts the player's name, and you can set it to be either below them, in the middle of them, or above them, and it'll show up with that player's name when it registers them into the device. Then you can also obviously turn off the base and make that invisible, and you can even change the hologram animation. So there's 3 different animations, which are flex, which looks like this. Then they also have the idle, which is just standing normal, and hands on hips. So you could do different poses for different placements and stuff like that. This is really cool, and you guys can use this for so many different things, from leaderboards at the end of games to NPCs to anything like that. This is a really cool new device, and I can't wait to see what you guys can come up with for it. Next up, we also have a change to the billboard. So if you remember when we used to place a billboard down, it would show up looking like this. Well, now that's changed, and now if we place down a billboard, we can actually see that it's now got an invisible... Now if we place down a billboard, we can see it's invisible automatically. Another thing we've been asking for literally 2 years. And you can also see that now there's even like a little hitbox that you can see that you can't see in game, but it shows you where the hitbox for that billboard is, and that's awesome. I don't know about you guys, but I know I've spent hours struggling with billboards that I couldn't see the hitbox for. So that pretty much wraps it up as far as new devices and settings on the devices end. But now we also got some crazy new stuff updated in the weapons category. You guys guessed it, we have all of the charged shotguns have been added to creative. Finally, right? We also have the Dragon's Breath shotguns added to creative. So if you guys have watched any of my recent videos on those and already have them, who knew Epic was actually going to add this gun? But the new way to get the charged shotgun is just by going to the weapons tab, and as you can see, it's in the loot pool, and you can just grab it, place it down, and you don't have to do any glitches or anything like that. Next up, we got a couple of new settings in the My Island settings. So the first setting that we got is the pickaxe range multiplier. What this is basically it just makes it so when you swing your pickaxe, it'll activate, or you can hit stuff that's further away. Not sure how useful this setting is going to be, but it's new in the update, so we're going to cover it here. The next new settings that we got are these auto pickup stuff. We can override players' settings in their Fortnite settings that say like auto pickup or stuff like that. We can set it now for different categories, and we can just completely override what they have set. Could be useful for like a money wars or something like that. That's all I can think of right now, but that's all new as well. Then if we click over to the game tab, we have this other new setting that's really weird. We now have the ability to turn player collision off. And if you don't know what player collision is, it basically means like when you run into somebody, how it doesn't let you run through them. This basically allows you to turn people into ghosts, probably for the new LTM. Now, we also have one really big new change but we actually have to go back to the lobby to see this one. Now, if we go to the creative tab and we go to click create, notice how there's no longer just the create and play. We also have island code. This is basically going to work just like when you walk up to your Rift and you interact with it to change a code or type in a map. This is exactly how that works, except now it's in the lobby. So now you can just go over here and you can just type in your code, go to your recent islands, check out your favorites, load up a map, and you can just click launch and load right in. Like here, we'll load up Llama Lanes right now and we'll just load it up. And as you guys can see, we just, bam, we're in. Just like that. From the lobby. This is just gonna make things a little bit quicker to get into what map you're trying to play, and I can see it being like a content browser that they're trying to incorporate into creative mode, which I think would be really awesome once it's fully finished. We also got some new leaked prefabs and galleries, and we've got the taco shop from Greasy Grove. We've got the agency, it looks like. We've got buildings from the racetrack from the chapter 1 map. And of course, we have all those corresponding galleries and props. I'll put an image up on the screen now to show you guys real fast. But that is everything new that we got in this new 15.1 creative update. And it was a lot to go over. So you guys might have to go in and check it out for yourselves and see and play with all the new stuff and figure out what everything does. But if you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor, drop a like, hit subscribe, do whatever you want to do and all that stuff. And if you want to support me, you can use code YerkYT in the item shop, and it really helps me out a lot. Also, if you want, feel free to check out some of my other videos that are on screen now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay up.